Well, today obviously was beneficial to play some guys who have not played a lot and give those guys an opportunity. It was good to see, Barima in there, rebounding the basketball, blocking shots. Good to get Sebastian some minutes. Good to get Jay Allen Tovar kind of back going a little bit. It was a good game. We got to get healthy. UAB is a team that's picked to win their league. A lot of talent, well coached. Happy to get the win. Back to work tomorrow and then travel to Vegas tomorrow afternoon.
Since you mentioned him, I want to go ahead and start with Barima. 10 rebounds, 4 block shots, and 0 points is a Barima-like stat line, it seems like. Can you shed any light on what happened when he was on the court and the trainer's out there and you're out there and you guys had to go check on him?
Being too dramatic is what happened, but he, I think he got hit in the stomach. I told him to toughen up, put on some weight. Barima is going to be a really good player. He's doing all that off of raw talent. When he does get stronger, because he plays hard. He's not soft. He's tough, but just we'll put on that weight, and I think that skill level will keep coming. I like him a lot. I'm excited about him. He's a great kid. He's fun to mess around with.
There's a big smile on his face. I know right now.
Yeah, I can't tell you exactly what I said.
But along those same lines, Jeremiah is a guy who, as you kind of mentioned, he got minutes for guys. He hits his first bucket of the year, and KJ hits the next bucket. They call timeout. And at half court, Jalen, Mashburn, Clay, and Saquon all four meet Jeremiah at half court for a layup in a game against a D2 school. But it was big, right?
Yeah. I go to these my daughter's 5th grade games, and I see some of the girls aren't playing as much, and I'm sitting there going, I just want my daughter to play, and I think of the other side. It sucks as a coach when you can't play everybody. You hate it. But we're doing our very, very best to put this team in a position to win. JF hasn't played a lot. That probably has a lot to do more with Jalen House than it does JF. He has had an awesome attitude. He comes to work every day and works hard. So when you can reward those guys to play, you want to do it. So it's never ever personal. It's great to see our guys cheering him on because he's got an awesome attitude. He's a great leader, and tonight was a perfect night with House going out to be able to play him some minutes.
Coach Vic, KJ Jenkins in here earlier, 20 points, 4-7 from 3. As you're putting the pieces together, the lineups, the combinations, and everything, just talk about what the ceiling is for what you can see for a guy who looks like a catch and shoot 3-point shooter in this offense in particular.
Yeah, if we would continue to pass the ball more, our passing is not great. We've put up some great offensive numbers. We're shooting a great percentage, but our assists need to be higher. And we need to find guys like KJ. It's not always going to be a set. Maybe it's throughout the flow of the offense where we get a stop, we get on the break, and we pitch it to him because every time he shoots, I believe it's going to go in. He's that good of a shooter. He's one of the better shooters that I've seen and coached in a long time, and he's confident. So he's got the ultimate green light. We collectively as a team need to get better at passing the ball. 16 assists was good, but 15 turnovers was bad.
Coach, you were able to try some things, get some new players in there. Was it just as important to keep the players healthy and not have any injuries today?
Yeah, for sure. We got to get, we're not sure on Saquon. We're not sure on E-Man. Those will be game time decisions on Thursday, as well as House. But, yeah, we're not full strength. It was good to get some of the younger guys some minutes. It was good to get a win without anybody getting hurt for sure. That Montana State game was a huge win for an inexperienced program. And it was good to be able to, with one-day prep, bounce back and get some of those other guys some minutes.
We haven't asked yet officially on Jalen. Did you know yesterday he wasn't going to play?
I didn't know. No, we kind of looked at him during shoot-around today and then had a good idea after shoot-around. So he tried to go through it, but, I want these guys to be healthy before they're out there playing. So I just told him. He said, "Listen, I could gut it out." And I'm like, "Listen, let's get you ready for Thursday." So hopefully next couple of days he gets some good rehab and go.
But it was that close though. He did go through a shoot.
He went through shoot around today, yeah.
And is it a sprain? We never really
sprain,
got
yeah.
Okay.
last time you guys went out on the road, you had some strong words for the team against Colorado, and KJ talked about, you know, body language and you guys watching some of that film against Colorado. What do you hope to be different this time when you guys go to Vegas? What do you want to be different this time?
Well, you know, the Colorado game revealed a lot in the sense of we need to mature and we need to grow up. It's a bunch of good guys. Like, they're not bad guys. I like coaching them all, but sometimes you just don't know until you go through it. And the games, you're going to miss a shot. The refs are going to call something you don't like. I may get on you. You may not like it. You may turn the ball over. Somebody may mess up a play. Things happen. It's all about your response. So if we look back and we learn from Colorado, it'll be a good loss for us. I hate losing. I never want to say losing is good. But if we learn, not from the basketball part of it, from the other stuff, which I think we did versus Montana State, we'll grow, because this team has only played 5 games together. None of them, no combinations played a bunch of games together. So it's all a growing process, but happy to be at 4-1 doing it. You know, when we go out to, obviously, Vegas, we're not there to party. That's not why we're going to Las Vegas. We're going there to see if we can go beat a terrific UAB team and then whoever's out in front of us. So, yeah, the maturity of, I want my guys, I don't want to put a million rules on them when we go travel. I don't. I want to trust them. You know, I want to treat them like adults. But there's a responsibility they need to live up to, you know, when you're representing the University of New Mexico.
Speaking of UAB, what do you know about UAB? How are you going to, what do you tell a team to be successful?
Yeah, I mean, they were picked to win the league. Got a lot of guys back. I watched their game today versus South Carolina. They play hard. They're scrappy. It's going to be a very challenging game, very challenging. You know, we've got to be ready. So we'll show them some film tomorrow. We got to get on the court, and we got to get our rhythm back a little bit, because a lot of those guys didn't play a lot. Keep it short and sweet, and then keep chipping away. You know, it's always harder when you go on the road with some of these gyms and weird practice times, but we got to be locked in. When it's time to lock in, we lock in, because UAB is a team that's going to win a lot of games this year.
Second straight game where you out-rebounded the opposing team. Are you gradually getting happier with your team down low?
You know, today wasn't as great. I mean, we missed, 23 shots and only got 5 offensive rebounds. I love the Montana State effort. I don't believe we had an offensive rebound in the first half. That was no good. So I think we probably took a little teeny tiny step forward. We need to make sure that we have that mindset, that Montana State mindset versus UAB, for sure.